everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 18 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series, where I'm just exploring the stars, checking out some of these new constellation shapes that I'm still getting used to. I wasn't like great at the constellation shapes before, but like I definitely recognized them. They have completely changed, and I'm adjusting. Slowly but surely, I am adjusting. This one I can't figure out what that is. I'm assuming that I haven't found the paper yet, that it wouldn't be showing. But I can't quite figure out what this one is. It doesn't look like Pelotrio, which I've discovered. I just did Octans and Fornax. And I don't think it's Horologium either, right? I don't think it is. I mean, it could be. It looks just too tall for it to be that. Like, I don't think so. There would have to be something like up here-ish for it to be Horologium. Yeah, that's definitely not. It's definitely not that. So I have no idea what that one is. I guess we'll figure it out eventually. So anyway, I wanted to upgrade my altar today. Is that something I have the power to do? It is. Nice. Look at that. All right. So, upgrading to the next tier of altar, we unlocked a whole new chapter in Astral, but our altar needs to be completely remade. One of the bummers about this tier of upgrade is that when you get the Celestial altar, you kind of have to rip up a good bit of it. So I think that's 1, 2, 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3 blocks. So it's like a 7x7, right? 49? Yeah, 49 city marble. So I may or may not have enough city marble, but we'll find out. Let's clear this out in a decentish way. I'm going to clear out a very hefty amount of space here because we need definitely a little bit more. I think that should be good. Let's get a build to me going on. Now, would this be 7 right now? Build to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be here. So let's remove one of each. Right? And then that should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cool. And then that should be good. Now, I might be short a little bit of city marble. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm short. Looks like 5 of them. So let me just pop home and get... Well, actually, no. I wasn't sure exactly how much city marble I would need, so I grabbed a little extra. And it looks like we can pull it off. Nice. I wasn't sure how much was in here versus not. Now I'm debating whether or not I like this at all. I might want to move this over one. How about... Does that seem cool? Do we want to move it over one more? No, I think that looks good. I think that's good. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I wanna upgrade this altar and get us to the point where we can make collector crystals, and then I'd like to make a couple rituals before I move away from Astral for a bit. Because there's a few rituals I absolutely want to get going before we get to the point where we're ready to take a break and move on to something else. So let's check out under attunement here. I'm just going to grab a nice little screenshot of this thing, just so I have it covered. So we're going to want to surround it in... It looks like... Are these... So it's a 3 on each corner of just regular marble, right? I believe that to be true. So we have 12 regular marble. So on the corners, we're going to have just regular, unshaped marble. Okay. And that is your corners. Nice. Okay. And then in addition to that, we want, on top of those corner pieces is going to be the runed, which I should have... Oh, I don't have quite enough runed. I need 3 more of them. Thanks, Chief. That's why I brought the table with me. Hello, creeper. How much damage did that do? Not bad. You can tell I'm doing a lot more damage now. Like, I don't know. Maybe you can tell. I don't know if you can tell. But, yeah, I'm doing a lot more damage now. All right, and then I believe 8 pillars with chiseled on top. So we might as well get those guys placed. I don't know if these multi-blocks have changed. It doesn't feel like they have. So maybe the copy-paste that we had from previous iterations would still work. Probably would. Probably would. But you know what? It doesn't hurt to build them by hand a little bit. Cool. And then what we want is bricks all around with that dude in the center there. So let's get this guy replaced. Cool. Very fancy. And then bricks all around. So basically like this. Right? And completely around them. Yeah, I think that works. Yeah. And we'll know it's good if this bar is no longer red, which means we're cool. It just happens to be daytime-ish, so we're going to want to sleep through the day again with our awesome hammock. And then let's see, I bet we don't have a lot of starlight power, but we should now have a whole new chapter available to us that will make starlight power that much better. So let me put away all my junk, and we'll come back and look at what's available to us now in the constellation chapter. Dun, dun, dun. So there's a few major advancements that we'll get in this chapter. First off, we need starlight infusion. This is going to unlock the ability to craft several things, and as you can see, it's not a terribly hard multi-block to make. What it'll mostly get us access to is the resonating gem, which is used in crafting recipes for quite a few things. We're going to get access, specifically, most importantly, collector crystals, which are cool. These are like the crystals that are in the large temple we found. And you can use them to collect starlight and focus it, which is awesome. You also get access to celestial crystals, which are awesome. Celestial class crystals are superior in every single quality to a normal rock crystal and can be easily identified by their brilliant blue color resulting from the inclusion of stardust. In any instance where a rock crystal could be used, a celestial crystal could be substituted, including the creation of crystal clusters with slightly different attributes. Some advanced applications require the superior structure of a celestial crystal. So crystal clusters. Studies into the internal structure of rock crystals show that there are limits to how large they can grow, along with limits to their qualities. Purified iron is weaker than when adding some carbon to make steel, and in the same fashion, rock crystals need an introduced impurity to alter their internal structure for superior performance. Stardust is this impurity, but a magical crucible is needed to bring this change to bloom, though it is a two-step process. Submerging a rock crystal into a bucket of liquid starlight with a handful of stardust will see a rapid boil occur in the mixture. Once the liquid starlight and excess stardust have boiled off, what remains will be a small crystal cluster. Exposure to starlight from the sky above or from a linked collector crystal will result in the crystal cluster changing its internal structure, growing over time in several stages. Harvesting the cluster will see more attributes on the resulting crystal than it started with. A crystal cluster that is ready for harvest will shimmer with light. It is recommended to have a cluster grow on a block of star metal ore for several reasons. The magical radiation of the ore will generate sympathetic magical eddies in the crystal that accelerate the growth process. Through each stage of growth will disrupt the ore's magical field sufficiently to revert it to iron ore. The Academy recommends having a nearby collector to transmute the ore each time this occurs. So what's that mean? We're going to go make some advanced crystals. So advanced or collector crystal. We'll look for that. That should be cool. Yeah, celestial crystals. These guys are the upgraded version of rock crystals. They're basically better in every way. We want some iron ore, right? Which probably don't have any of at the moment. I'm going to pop down into my mining cave real quick just to get one. One iron ore is really all you're going to need. Though I could get like 3 or 4 if I really wanted to. I might do that even. Yeah, let's set up like a neat little setup for growing this stuff. So let's see, do we have like 1 iron around here that I could just snag? I should have brought all my stuff, but I didn't. Hello, sir. Wow, this sword is doing more and more damage now, and I love it. I'm 100% here for it. Alright, where's all the junk? Give me some iron. I'm not even lighting up this area. I need iron. Be right back when I get it. So I'm thinking we set up 4 of these. By the way, I noticed we have a new thing on the crystals. Focus. Fornax 1. Ooh. Focus. Avitus 2. So I'm not sure how high these get. I haven't seen anything with bigger than the number 3. But we'll see what happens when we get to the celestial crystals. But you can note that there is a focus on some of these crystals. I'm thinking what that means is that they're better attuned to a certain constellation. So if we find one that's focused to the right constellation, maybe it would work better as a ritual crystal. That would be kind of cool. That would be, or a collector crystal for that type. So that's what that line was that we didn't know the meaning of. I'm also going to grab a tank. So what I did do between episodes is I replaced the elite fluid tank I have with a quantum tank over here, which holds a stupid, by the way, amount of liquid. Alright, so every click is... Oh boy. Creepers, please. Oh, hey Flare. What's up, buddy? That should be enough, right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 52,800 liquid starlight. Sure, why not? Holds a stupid amount of liquid for a very cheap recipe. Quantum tank OP. You heard it here, folks. Hello, other creeper. Apparently that creeper is fully grown. Alright, so off to the astral area that we're going to need to do things in. And... so we're going to pop out here. Let's build this in an intelligible-ish way. And I want to bring my linking tool with me, too. So to the astral temple we go. And what I might do is harvest some of these blocks. And I should probably turn myself off 7x7, but we'll stick with that. Clear up a little bit of space. So what I'm going to want, and I want to try and consider the best way to handle this, but what I'm thinking is a good way to do this would be to put some iron ore here, 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 and here. Now would that be enough for me to link all 4 of these blocks to this guy? I think so. Good. Good. Perfect. Now, what I'm going to do in addition to that is something like this. And I mean, I guess if I was being cool, which I'm gonna be, I'm gonna do this with marble instead. Because maybe it'll look a little bit nicer. A little bit nicer. Dyer not building with cobblestone. What is this? Who are you and what have you done with Dyer? I know, I can hear everybody saying it right now. But hey, I'm trying to be better. Okay. And then we're going to have this dude here, and we're going to get some buckets like that. How's that sound? Okay. And what I'm going to do is we're going to try this one at a time to get started, but I'm going to drop the rock crystal in here with this dude. And I should probably turn this off. Ba-doop-ba-doop. And we can see the purple particle effects mean it's fusing. And like the book said, you want to grow these. They grow like the dynamism gems that we grew last episode. So they'll fuse together into a single block that needs to grow in the presence of starlight. So it needs to see the sky pretty clearly, which will, you know, it does right now. That's good. And it shouldn't be too long. And there you go. Cool. Nice. So that's stage 0. It's going to absorb the energies out of the star metal and turn it back into iron. So we want to do this here. Oh, look at this. It's a Decidia collector crystal. That's kind of cool. And then hopefully this guy will turn the star metal back into star metal. and there's not a line of sight issue. That's my hope. Oh, good, there isn't. Nice. I was hoping that there wouldn't be a line of sight issue, and there isn't. Awesome. Now we can also bind this thing to here, and he'll beam some energy directly into the crystal itself as well. So it's going to be a combination of effects now. Now, in fairness, when you split the energies like this, less starlight power is going into the actual thing. So it'll probably take longer for the iron ore to convert back into star metal, but that's okay. And then this thing will constantly improve itself and grow. So we'll come back in a minute when he's fully grown. All right, guys, we're back. So I've got a couple updates. First off, we have 2 crystals that have fully grown to stage 4. So these 2 are ready to be harvested. This crystal's still at stage 1, surprisingly. It's the first one I placed, and it's the slowest one. I don't know why this one's so much slower, but these guys grew pretty quickly. This one hadn't progressed at all. It was at stage 0, and I was like, is this thing frozen? What's up with it? So what I did is I unbound my collector crystal from everything, and I only bound it to the star metal ore and the celestial crystal cluster here to hope that it would speed up its growth. Because remember, when you bind a collector crystal, it's going to weaken the energy. It divides it among all the things it's bound to. So basically speaking, if you only focus it on one thing, it'll speed it up a lot more than if you send it to 8 things, which is what we were doing. So it's still good to send it to all 8 things, right? It'll just be faster if you just focus it on the 1 or 2. So that's what I did just to see if it would speed it up. And it does seem like it's moving a little bit faster. Now, it's obviously daytime, so we're not getting as much power going on here. But we can look into doing more with it in the future. But for now, we can harvest 2 crystals. So let's see what happens. By the way, I have 2 stardust. Do these things still drop stardust? The answer is yes. Beautiful. Homegrown is best. Hey, look at that. Ritual effect 3. Ooh, now that's kind of cool. Purity, focus, Avitus. Something seems to be here, but the understanding of it is not yet revealed. Oh, really? That's kind of cool. Now you are still at 2, you're still at 1, and you're at 4, so let's see what this one looks like. And this guy is size 2, shape 3, tool efficiency 3. So this would be a good crystal to make tools out of. And this one would be a good ritual for Avitus. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Now what I wouldn't mind doing is I'm going to drop this guy, size 2, into the pool of water, or the pool of starlight, and see what happens. Alright, so let's see what happens if we try to drop these crystals in a pool of starlight. Pretty sure this will increase their size stat. But this one on the right doesn't have a size stat at all. And this one on the left is size 2. Now, looking in JEI, it looks like a lot of these have size 3, purity 2, shape 3, collection rate 3, which is kind of a cool stat. I'm wondering how many different attributes there are. But it looks like size and shape, at least, can be 3. All right, so what'd you do? So you're, size 3 now. Well, that's cool. And he's also shape 3, so that's also great. And tool efficiency 3. Cool. So that actually worked. Now, did you get a shape attribute from that? You did, actually. You got size 1. Nice. Okay, cool. Well, that's neato. Burrito. So you're going to go back in there, size 1, and hopefully you'll come out size 2. Now, I don't know if size 2 to 3, if it's guaranteed to happen from a single bucket's worth, or if, there's like several buckets you have to do iteration-wise. We'll find out as we play along with these crystals. But generally speaking, as you can imagine, the better the size and shape, the better the crystal will be for things. It's less clear than the numbers that we saw before in previous versions of Astral, because those had like straight up numbers. They were like percentages or like a straight number. This is just like tier 1, 2, and 3. So I don't know if like all tier 3s are the same, or if there's some smaller numbers behind the scenes. I'm gonna have to get with Hellfire and learn the nuances of this new crystal thing. So I can tell you this guy's still size 1. So it looks like either he didn't get enough starlight, like maybe it takes 2 or 3 applications of starlight for him to bump up, or it's chance-based, or something like that. But just FYI, he did not go from stage size 1 to 2 with 1 bucket's worth of starlight. So it might take multiples, or it might just be chance-based, which means it could happen on the first time, and it might not. We'll find out. So I got this guy up to size 2, which is cool. Alright guys, so I got the lowdown on crystals and how they work from Hellfire. I've just been talking to him for the last 10 or 15 minutes, and he's been filling me in on all the details. So a couple things first. Number one, rock crystals. Well, let's start with this. So there's several different types of attributes that you can get. I'm going to read them all off right now, and I'll also indicate to you what their max is, right? So there's size, like we saw, max 3. Okay, purity, max is 2. Shape, max 3. Tool durability, max 3. Tool efficiency, max 3. Right? So tool durability and efficiency will affect how good the tools are when you use your crystals to make tools, right? Because as we know, you can use these guys somewhere to make tools, I believe. There you go. Yeah. So crystal shovel, crystal pickaxe. So tool durability and efficiency will be better for those, right? So this is tool efficiency 3, for example. This would be a really good crystal to make out of a tool. Also note that it combines the crystal attributes when you make the tool. So if you have several that are tool efficiency 3, it'll be better, right? There's also ritual effect, which maxes out at 3. That makes rituals better. Ritual range, which maxes out at 2. That makes the range of the ritual bigger. Collection rate 3. That affects starlight collection. And then finally, focus constellation, which maxes out at 2. That will increase starlight collection, ritual effect, and ritual range. So there's a chart that you can find online somewhere apparently that lists all the attributes and how they affect things. But just note that the bigger the attribute, the better. So purity is a really good one. Just at a quick look, shape is pretty decent for starlight and rituals. So there's several different things that affect it. For example, size mostly affects your starlight collection and your tool durability. So if you want to get a collector crystal, get a good size one, right? Purity is really good for starlight collection, ritual effect, and ritual range. So you really want a good purity if you can, especially if you're going to be using the thing for starlight collection or rituals. Shape is pretty good for starlight collection and rituals as well, but not as good as purity. So again, you want to have like a shape 3 if you can. And then finally, focus of the constellation is really useful for starlight collection, ritual effect, and range. So, if you can get the focus of the constellation you want, like this one's focused on a Vetus, and the max is 2, so that's the best you're going to get. Now, here's the other thing to note about these crystals. Regular rock crystals can only have up to a combination. You have to add up all the attributes. They can max out at 8. So that's all you're going to get. Celestial crystals max out at 10. So for example, we've got size 2, purity 2, that adds up to 4, plus ritual effect 3 is 7, plus focus of Vetus, that's 2 more, that's 9, and then there's something else there that we can't understand just yet, and that's probably a 1. So whatever that is combines up to 10. That means that no matter how many times we drop this celestial crystal into a pool of liquid starlight, we will not get him up to size 3 because we've maxed out at 10. Okay, so size 2, purity 2 is 4, plus 7 plus 2 is 9, plus whatever that extra attribute is that we don't understand just yet probably is a 1, and that adds it all up to 10. That means we've maxed out our crystals. So your crystals max out, right? So that's something important to note. So size, shape, and tool efficiency. I'm going to try and split this guy. So remember we saw earlier we could split crystals with this dude. So I can left click him. Right? There you go. Sweet. And I got this. Size 1, shape 3, tool efficiency 1. Size 2, tool efficiency 2. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I'm going to try and split this guy as well. There you go. Nice. So that became size 1, shape 1, tool efficiency 1, and this is shape 2. And this is size 2, tool efficiency 2. That's kind of neat. I kind of want this one to stay where he is, because I'm curious about him. Shape 2 is kind of cool. I'm going to hold off on you doing anything different. Size, shape, and tool efficiency. So you can split these crystals, right, which is cool. You have to do it quickly, though, before your character picks it up again. I don't even have my magnet turned on. It's just like, yeah, I'm going right back into your inventory, Dyer. There you go. And when you split these, keep in mind, it's possible that you will lose an attribute entirely. So, like, your size might cut down all the way, and you might not get a perfect split. So this could have been, like, tool efficiency 1 and size 2. But having fortune 3 on your cutting tool is going to mitigate that. So the higher level fortune, the less of a chance of losing an attribute when you do that. Now here's something cool. We can take this, let's see, tool efficiency is neat. Let's take size 2 back out to our astral temple. And what we should be able to do is get a size 2 with Stardust, and they will regrow. So we can regrow this dude, and he will have size 2 plus new attributes. So that's kind of a neat thing you can do. You can also combine 2 sets of attributes into a pool of liquid. So if we dropped these 2 together, they would merge their attributes. So that's shape 2. So let's say like tool efficiency 2. So like if I put these 2 together, for example, in a pool of water, you'd get 1 crystal that's probably tool efficiency 2 and shape 2. But just remember, there's a max on celestial crystals of 10 total combined attributes. So keep that in mind when you're planning that out, right? So let's see, did this guy hit stage? No, he's still stage 3, and this guy's still stage 1. These guys are just slow. I'm gonna rebind you, and you, and you, and you. And that should be cool. And that'll turn these guys back into star metal and let them grow again. So this is the one that I regrew. So that's how things work. Basically what you want to do is split your crystals and try and get attributes that you like or that you want. And by regrowing them like we just did, you'll get a new random set of attributes in addition to the ones that were on the crystal when you dropped it in the pool. Make sense? And then you can combine them too. So like what you want to kind of do is work towards getting a decent ritual effect, for example. So you'd want to, so like let's say you were making a ritual crystal. The attributes you care about are purity, shape, ritual effect, and having the right focus, the right constellation focus. Cool. Did this just grow? No, he's still stage 3. Looked like he did, but no. All right, so we got to wait for these guys to grow. I might just do another one. Let's see, tool efficiency, shape 2. Yeah, let's grow that shape 2 tool one. Might as well, right? It doesn't hurt. And what I'm going to also do here is chunk load this area. So let's see, where's my chunk boundaries? Oh yeah, look, I'm right on a chunk boundary. Brilliant, Direwolf. Brilliant. Do this right on a chunk boundary, why don't you? Do it right on a chunk boundary, why don't you? And then shift click. Yeah, there we go. Force loaded. Cool. Well, at least now both these chunks will stay loaded, which means these guys will continue to grow even when I'm not nearby. Which is, you know, pretty cool beans. All right, F3G to remove chunk boundaries. And back in a few. I'm going to be interested to see how these guys grow. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it nighttime because I think they grow faster at night. Pretty sure that's true. All right, so I think the next thing I'm going to want to make while I'm waiting for those crystals to grow is my starlight infuser. Now, it's not important where I put this thing, I don't think. Hello, spider. That's apparently regen. Goodbye, spider. But I'm going to just try and keep it relatively close to my other starlighty things. So I think over here might make sense. I think we've got a pretty good setup to go. Let's see. Let's get some dirt ready to make life a little bit easier for us. There we go. Now it's becoming daytime, it looks like, but that's okay-ish. So I need to make the starlight infuser. Do I have everything I need for this? I need some gold, 1 more aquamarine, and that's about it. I forgot a couple things. So I need 4 gold and 1 more aquamarine, and that should be it. Now, what I'm thinking is I should wait until daytime. So let's make it night, and then we'll be right back. All right, now it's nighttime, so we're ready to go. So let's kick off the craft of this dude. Get him cooking. All right, astral infuser. Go! Oh yeah, now we got some upgraded particle effects happening. Dun 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 dun. Silly clouds. rendering in front of things. Just how Minecraft rendering works. I've had similar problems myself with mods. Hooray! Thing made. Alright, so, real quick, primer on how to make this dude. So we're going to place a lapis block there. Is that like nicely centered? Yeah, it's pretty nice. It might be a little close. Maybe we'll put it like here. Yeah, I like that better. Hey, rude, rude, rude. Do what now? Where'd my lapis block go? Am I crazy? Oh, right, my magnet's not on. It was just hiding. Yeah, no, my magnet's not on, so that makes perfect sense. All right, so there's your starlight infuser. And then what we're going to want is around all of that is going to be runed marble. Wow, zombies are out in force today, aren't they? One of the very next tasks I'm going to do is rituals, and that's going to prevent mob spawns around my base, and that'll be a good time. Now, on the all around this, we need to break some blocks as well. Hello, guys. You guys are really, really aggressive today, ain't you? Wow, they are like super aggressive today, aren't they? I've not had too many problems with zombies yet, but I guess we're starting to. Okay, and then how we want to do this? Underneath these blocks should be a 5x5 of pure marble. I believe that's how this works. Doing something wrong here? Oh, right, because I broke one. Hold on. He probably went into here. Yeah, I misplaced one, and then I broke it, and then when I picked it up, he went into there. That makes sense. So does that look cool? Yep. And then, so that's that. And then on the corners, we should have these dudes. Okay. And then on top of that is a pillar, and then another one of those dudes. So small pillars on these guys. Like that. Looks good. And then runed on the outside, 3. Like that. Cool. And that should be good, I think. Is that about right? I think that's right. Guess we'll find out. Now, the other thing we need to do is get some starlight over here. So what I might do, let's do this. Let's go get the starlight tank that I had over here. Gonna borrow you real quick. Can we turn this back on yet? I would say yes. How are you guys doing, by the way? Getting there. Stage 3, stage 3, stage 4, stage 3. Nice. So this is one of the ones I planted first. How'd you turn out? Hey, shape 3, ritual range 2, collection rate 3. That's a pretty good crystal right there. Shape 3, collection rate 3. I don't love ritual range on it, but I'm hesitant to carve it up into anything better, but collection rate is pretty nice. I actually want that. What I think I'm going to do is grow that in size. Let's make sure that we get size 2 on there, I think would be the max that we can have, right? I'm going to put these guys away for a minute. And while that's growing, let's get over here. And you know what I'm going to want is some aquamarines. That should be cool. Oh, right, magnet. Magnet, please. Yeah, so 3, 3, and 2 is 8. So that means the max size we can have on that guy is 2. Because that'll add up to 10 attribute points. Right, so keep that in mind. So let's put this here. My bucket is probably in here. Yep. Cool. And for now, you're going to sit here. I think there's a better way to do this later, but we want to surround this like so. Yep, I see you, buddy. Everybody's very excited that you exist, I promise. And boom. And now, we should be able to craft. Hooray! Oh, look at those particles. Look at them go. That's new. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. That is neat. Now, it should be noted that there is a chance, at least this is how it's worked in the past, there's a chance that during crafting it will use up one of the source blocks, like it just did there. See that? So we'll note that we can't craft anymore until we replace that source block. See how no more crafting? But we do this, and we can craft again. Now there's an item and a block that we can make a little bit further on in the mod that will allow us to no longer need to do that. It's basically a way to automatically feed the liquid in, so it'll not do that anymore. So we can automate this better in the future. But for now, you just have to keep an eye on it, and if a source block disappears, replace it. That's all there is to it. Alright, we're back. So, real quick, I want to come over here and see. Do we have a 4? We do have a 4. Nice. So, here's the crystal I got before. I got the size up to do, but now it's maxed out. Right? Let's break it. And what do we get here? This guy, size 3 tool durability, and something we don't know. You are a 3, and you are a 4. Size 3 tool durability, collection rate 1, and focus is 4 nax. Not bad. Not bad. That's cool. Okay. That's cool. So this guy's like really nice collector, except for its ritual range. That's kind of a bummer. So I'm debating whether I want to cut this into pieces and then recombine it and try to get something that's better for a collector crystal. Because I'd like to make like a really good collector crystal that I can use to grow these things faster. That's kind of my next plan here. But we'll see. I think it's time to wrap up the episode. So for now, I'm going to wrap up. We'll come back next time. I'm going to play with these a little bit more and see if we can't get something really cool. We have a focus Avitus here. That would be cool to put on here, right? Because the focus, does that max out at 2 or 3, did I say? Because if we could replace that ritual with the focus Avitus, focus is 2, right? So if we split this up, right, took the focus Avitus off of here and removed ritual range from here and replaced it with focus Avitus, that would be cool. We'll probably just have to cut this crystal up several times and then combine them back together in a pool. But we'll look at that next time. For now, Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll come back next time, look at collector crystals. Really having fun with Astral, as you can tell. And we'll keep on having fun. All right, guys. Take it easy.